Okay, I have Themba here with me today. Themba agreed to just let me have an interview with him. It's now 4 months since he did his training. It was 26 March 2011. And I'm just following up with him and hearing how he's doing and so on. Okay, Themba, welcome. Themba, just tell me, don't mind if I ask you a few questions.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, so you came for the training, the NLP Life Coach training. What made you decide to do my training above all the rest? Because there's a lot of people out there training life coaching and NLP. Was there something specifically that made you want to do my course?
Yeah, if I may start here, that the reason why I even had to look for a course in life coaching or NLP training. Initially, I was looking for a life coaching course, being inspired by the spiritual books that I was reading.
Okay.
So then I thought it wise that I should get a formal training on this. And then while I was browsing through the internet, then I saw dynamic quantum coaching. Then I had to go deeper into the website and see what you were offering. Then I was impressed by the products that you were offering. I remember that at some stage I had to, there is where in your website you say that we must put in our username and email address. You will offer us a free ebook.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
And then I did likewise, and then I got the book. So when I read the book, that's when I said, this is indeed what I want.
Okay, so the information that I give for free there interests you?
Information that was there even now I still refer to that information. So then having read that manual, then I decided that no, I must contact you.
Okay.
So luckily your details were there on your website, and then I was able to connect with you.
Okay. Yeah, I remember today I was at Menlyn when you called me. I was driving. No, that was great. Listen now, how would you say your life changed from before the training, during the training? How did the training, what did it change in your life?
Before the training, I must say that I was following my mind, which means that my mind was controlling me. So I was always behind my mind.
Okay.
So then I discovered that I could not be focused. I was scattered, because the mind is scattered. Now you think about this, and then the next time the mind takes you everywhere. That is why sometimes then we refer to the mind as a wild horse.
Yes.
Yeah. Once you get astride of it, you'll never know where it will take you.
Yeah.
So that is very much exhaustive, and it's also takes so much of your energy, which you can use for a certain determined purpose or thing. So then after I've trained, truly speaking, I discovered a change. There is a change in me. I'm like more focused than I was before, and I have also developed what we call awareness.
Okay.
I can now be able to create a gap between me, the self, and the thought.
Okay.
And I can follow the thought, and I can tell you that once you follow the thought, then the thought disappears and you don't know where it went to. Because if there's anything that the thought is afraid of, it is being washed. So normally,
so you're like becoming an observer of your own thoughts.
I observe my own thoughts now. And what I've discovered, that most of the thoughts that I have are the thoughts that are about the past.
Okay.
So now, most of those thoughts are the thoughts that normally we refer to as unconscious thoughts. Thoughts that have been overtaken by by the ego.
Yes.
So now you find that those thoughts, the only thing that they bring to you is negative emotion, bad things, bad memories all the time. So now whenever I feel like I am now being controlled by that thought, then immediately I switch, and then I move backwards, and then I create a gap between me and the thought, and then I watch the thought, and then it disappears.
Now beforehand, what happened to, how did that thoughts impact you before the training?
Oh, before the training it was worse. Because without me knowing, all of a sudden I find that I am miserable. All of a sudden I find that something that happened some time ago, it seems now it is really, really happening at this present moment. So what was happening there is that when the thought that is in the past comes into the cycle of the now, then the now presents this thought as if it is something that is happening at this very moment. So the way you felt before, once the thought is now, the past thought is brought into the present, into the now, then you will feel and react the very same way you were reacting previously. So I think that that is something that is obviously affecting most of the people.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So are you now more in control of your thoughts? Is that what you're actually telling me now?
Yes, I'm very much in control of my thoughts, and I have also developed this technique of noticing if if a person is also a victim of those thoughts.
Okay. Okay. So you're able now to monitor your thoughts, control it in a way.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your emotions. Did you had emotions that were bothering you a lot? That you had a lot negative emotions beforehand, and were they cleared up after the training?
After the training, obviously, after having gone through those many techniques that you offered us, those NLP techniques, I must say that all those thoughts, negative thoughts that I used to carry around me, yeah, they were definitely removed.
And the emotions?
The emotions too.
Oh, they're gone.
The emotions too.
You don't struggle with anger issues or any of those negative emotions anymore?
Yeah, previously I used to have fear.
Fear, nee.
Fear was something that was really affecting me. So even if it cannot be defined, I could not necessarily say that this fear emanates from this. Like for instance, if you wake up in the morning, you'll find that before you wake up, but at the time, towards the time for your wake up, then you find that there is this negative emotion.
Yes.
And you don't know where it comes from. And then
just out of the blue.
Out of the blue, then you feel like you are down, you feel like you don't have energy. Yeah, but I must say that after the course, then I don't have that anymore.
Oh, okay, that's good.
It's completely gone.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now, in your working environment, what happened? That do you able to be more in control? Do you feel you can do your work better?
In my working environment, I must say that my working environment is a very charged environment. It's an environment of emotions.
And negative stuff.
Yes, negative stuff, because I work with people. So sometimes we have to stick to time, and most of the time people would not observe time. So then I would become agitated. Agitated to such an extent that I can't tolerate it anymore.
Okay.
So I remember that I would definitely go out there and shout at the people, and
that's now before
that was before the training.
Oh, okay.
But now, after I've understood the behavior of a person, and after I've known that this thing, it needs to be corrected, and I have the techniques to correct it, I do understand. I do tell people now, I do explain to the people, to tell them that I know that this thing, you are not going to master it immediately, because you yourselves, referring to those people who cannot observe time, you are not aware that you are not observing time. And I do understand why it is like this. So then now I can be able to converse with people in a more humane way than I used to do previously.
And overall now, did you coach somebody in the meantime? Was the tools that you got there, are they types of tools that you can implement on a daily in your life?
Yes, of course. I have coached a few people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with others, it has been an informal coaching.
Okay.
Because sometimes I would use life coaching techniques without going deeper into NLP.
Yes.
Yeah, I did that with a few people, and they responded positively. And then after they've responded positively, then I would ask them what had happened, what was happening before I said what I said to them now, that they are responding positively. And then there and there people will begin now to understand that it means there is something that I have done to them without them knowing what was happening. Okay. So that is when then I am able to explain to the people how the subconscious mind works.
Yeah. So it's now interesting that you said sometimes you use life coaching and sometimes NLP. Do you think the course is nice to have both of them instead of only NLP or only life coaching? Do you think, if you have to tell the audience, was it worth to do both of them in one training?
I think it's worth a lot to do NLP as well as life coaching. Because life coaching is more about, it's not practical.
Yes.
It's about the behavior of a person. And then you can obviously relate to a person in terms of their behavior. I believe that NLP is more about practical working with the behavior of that particular person.
Okay.
So it would be advisable then for a person at least to know, and for a coach to be in agreement with the client that they have this behavior.
Yes.
And then you apply the NLP techniques now to remove the behavior.
Great. Okay. Your wife, is she happy with you?
Oh, my wife is very happy. The only thing I'm worried about is that I'm spending more time at home than I used to do it.
Okay. Themba, thanks for coming in, and thanks for giving me this interview, and all the best to you.
Oh, thank you so much. We'll keep in touch because we are so close.
Yeah.
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 No, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much for watching.